because she had cool things that she wanted to do with Diona, but here we are. Last session, Talia, more to the point, headed straight through the door with a single big fish on it, without a rope, leaving everyone to kind of run through after them in a bit of a minor panic, where you faced one of the ancient ghosts that you had seen previously in the temple that I believe Clancy had killed fairly easily.
Clancy did a murder?
Yes, they did murder. I did that for
yes.
you.
Because I only listened to like half of the most recent. Okay.
It was a firebolt that basically crittered and killed it very quickly. And made me slightly sad. But hey, this is what the DM's job is, to throw things at you and try not to kill you too much.
Kill you the appropriate amount.
Else? Everyone else was kind of trying to sneak around the edge. Talia figured out that the window was probably the way out, but killing the ghost kind of became a bit more of a priority. Vera completely stumped me by using Turn Undead, because I hadn't figured that in. Clancy finished it off with yet more fire, because burn it with fire is a totally sensible way to kill things. Vias lost mercy and kind of went nuclear. When you smashed the window and found yourselves back in the room with the kind of the tunnel ahead leading on in, Vias charged on ahead, despite the fact that the group is injured and low on spell slots.
Vias is basically out.
And so we are about to start a fight with at least another pair of ghosts.
Not good.
So you have got... Am I the right layer? I am on the right layer for once. This is unusual. There are two ghosts hovering around a figure kneeling in this area, which was marked, but now for some reason I just need to refresh my page because it's being stupid. There is a figure kneeling in front of the altar, head bowed and kind of obscured in the kind of dim light of the room. The light is patchy. It's well enough to see by at the moment for pretty much everyone in this group. So there's not going to be kind of any penalties to rolls or anything like that.
Point of order, Talia and Lena are both slightly blinded.
They are. I hadn't written that down.
It was only for
the next minute.
So maybe it's cleared by the time we get in there, but I was just going to point of order.
Vias wouldn't have his whole wing thing would have went away by the time we got back into the room. So it would have been at least half a minute or so.
How long does the wing thing last for?
Radiant Soul lasts for a minute.
I'd say Radiant Soul is probably fading, and there's probably 30 seconds left on the disorientation and the semi-blindness. To kind of combat the semi-blindness, Talia is currently perched on Diona's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Lena is kind of flailing slightly more than usual, but generally following along to see if she can help. Clancy and Vera will bring it at the rear. Vera being trusted to kind of keep an eye on Clancy. Is everyone in the Roll20? They are. Cool. So, Vias, you are ahead of the group. The ghosts have spotted you. I remember we did that last time, was the last thing we did.
Vias has Shillelagh cast on his staff, by the way. That was something he did yesterday. Or not yesterday, last.
Yep.
Shit.
Can never remember how to spell that. Cool. Okie doke. I would say it is probably...
Do you need to roll initiative, or...?
I would say roll initiative, because this is going to merge into a fight in a minute. Because the ghosts have spotted you, so... Bear with, I now need to pull up character sheets.
Just saying this now, Vias did not mean for this to happen.
Nobody means anything to happen.
Don't want to.
And yet we fuck up anyway.
I mean, as pissed off as Lena really is at this moment in time, there is no way she's going to leave him on his own. And can I just point out that I just rolled a 17 on initiative?
Ooh.
Hello!
On Lena of all characters.
Lena is turning around.
Lena with her -1 to stealth, so that I had to give her a feat to deal with that. Okie doke. I shall just roll those. Pull that up in case I need it. Bear with me, I'm juggling character sheets. And then I will roll 4. Diona. Bear with me a second. I cannot get this going to shrink.
Take your time.
And for Vera. And there go all of my natural 20s for the evening.
2 in a row.
Okay, can we get an F in the chat for Clancy's initiative?
What was that?
Sorry, so
Clancy got a 6.
Oh, Clancy.
So
you poor thing.
Changing to 13.
They're so good at this.
They're so good at killing things, not so
11.
quick.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm going to put Diona ahead of Vera simply because alphabetical, because they both have the same dexterity modifier. And I haven't
the same lack of a dexterity modifier.
The same lack of a dexterity. Well, it's a 0. It's not negative, at least. I don't think. Hang on, I'm checking now. I've said that. And they both have an 11 as well, so I can't even judge it by that. Okay, can someone Jaeger Diona and someone Jaeger Vera for me, please?
I'll Jaeger Diona. I just need to go back in as a DM, maybe? Let me see.
Yep, go for it.
I guess I can try Vera. I've never...
I can do Vera if you want, because I've already made mistakes as her, so Sarah can't get more mad at me.
Okay, that sounds fine. I'll leave it up to you. Just don't kill our beer
rejoin this bitch real quick, and then we'll be up.
Okie doke. So... remove those bits, because then I can add them back in if needed. I would say Vias gets to go first, and then the 2 ghosts, and then we'll start at the top of the initiative order. Because Vias has kind of stumbled across the ghosts. The rolls were such that there is no surprise round.
I think if he's going first, Vias suddenly, he blinks a few times, sees the figure and then the 2 ghosts, and is like, shit! And he's going to back up and run his full movement and action away. Basically.
Bias is valid.
So, is he running past everyone else, or is he just kind of running to the group?
He's gonna run 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna stop there and, like, gesture behind and say, there's something over there on the ground, and 2 more ghosts, maybe we should... And he gestures, like, behind in a shooing motion.
Okie doke. Is that the end of your turn?
He will stand in that part where he is right now and kind of face where those ghosts are and ready a attack with his staff with Shillelagh if they come too close or try to attack.
So you're holding your action.
Yeah, if they try to approach.
Okie doke. They are going to approach. I'm just checking.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yes. Okie doke. So this one here is coming straight up into your face, Bias.
Beep.
And is going to... I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, cool.
I just want to check.
Oh, 21.
Never mind, then I don't need to check that. So it reaches out with one hand and it kind of touches you on the head, and you feel this kind of wave of cold pass through you. And whether it's the fact that you've recently had that kind of contact with your celestial side, you just kind of manage to shrug it off. There's still kind of a lingering chill making the hairs in your arms stand on end. But whatever it was trying to do doesn't seem to have worked. At that, however, it is going to...
Would Vias be able to hit it with his held action
You
then?
will be. Yep. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't do that, I guess. Let's do just a hit with the quarterstaff then. I guess that doesn't hit.
7 misses, I am afraid it does. I mean, you give it a good swing. But yeah, it just kind of swings ever so slightly wide and drifts kind of past where its face would be. If it was, alive, it probably would lean back out of the way. But as it is, you hear this kind of hissing noise. And it reaches out at you with the other hand. That is the
hits.
same 2 numbers reversed.
That hits for sure. Vias might die.
That is 13 points slashing damage.
Ooh, he's on.
Oh shit!
He's
However,
on 1 point of
because you
damage left.
Because you resisted the previous attack, the cold damage doesn't affect you, and this one is probably going to have the same effect. So this one here, whoops.
So Vias takes the full 13 points of damage?
He does. He just doesn't take... That's slashing damage. He just doesn't take the additional cold damage I would usually roll.
Okay.
And this one drifts forward. And also, as it passes through, you feel that cold kind of making the hairs on your arms stand on end. But whatever it seems to be doing, you feel like you're immune to it for at least the next little while, which will be until the start of their next turn.
Okay.
I just need to check the damage it did.
Um...
In the room, because they are not immune at the moment.
Oh, Vias can't use Warcaster on that thing. But he already used his reaction. Never mind, it's fine.
Bear with me.
You're fine, don't worry about it.
I'm trying to remember how to type. Okie doke. The other one is going to come up to Diona and Talia as the next people in the corridor, and it is going to reach out again, like the last one did, and it's going to reach out and try and touch Diona. Could somebody make me a wisdom saving throw for Diona, please?
I did it. It's a 4.
Oh, Diona!
Shit!
Oh, crap. Oh, no.
Diona's wisdom saves are so bad.
So, Diona is considered frightened for the next minute, or until she repeats the save at the end of her next turn, which is coming up, to be fair. So attacks against that ghost are at disadvantage. Ability checks are at disadvantage while she can see the ghost, and she cannot move any closer to it. And with that, it is going to swipe I'm going to say just at Diona for the moment. That is a 20, which I assume hits.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yes, it does.
That's 11 points of slashing damage to Diona, and 4 points of cold damage.
There goes her temporary HP.
That's just her temp HP. Oh my god.
No. It's not just her temp HP. It's now into her actual HP.
But
Lord.
it is Diona's turn. So
I'll just punch these ghosts at disadvantage. That seems like a Diona thing to do. Still try to punch it because it's right there.
go for it.
Punch that fucking ghost, Diona. Kick its ass.
My roll 20 is glitching out. I hope this is the right button. If it's not, Joe will yell at me later.
Oh no!
I think that's how Diona works.
It is, yes,
The
correct.
second one hits. The first one does not. Go ahead and roll damage for the second one.
4.
So that goes down to that.
Yeah,
Cool.
for some reason my roll 20, whenever displaying character sheets, decides it wants to stop scrolling halfway down the page, and so I have to zoom out and all the text is really tiny in order to be able to hit buttons.
Oh no.
Joy. The joys of roll 20. Okay, you will notice what Diona would have noticed, or what Joe would have noticed, which is that as she's punching, they don't quite seem to be connecting. It's almost there's some resistance as if she's connecting with something under this kind of flowing cloth. Kind of resistance and impact force going off.
Yeah, I figured.
Anything else
Worth
Diona
it.
wishes to do?
No, because I don't know how to run Diona. I don't think any of us do.
No. I don't know that class
I
at
would
all.
Point out that technically Talia and Diona are occupying the same
Space.
square because Talia is perched on Diona's shoulders at this moment in time.
Yes.
And the corridor is technically 10 feet wide, so there is space to kind of squeeze past just about. Joe's going to be so pissed that she's not here because she had something cool to try and fix this, but it's not going to work now. So,
the rain thing with the water, create
the
water.
rain thing with the water, but I don't know exactly what she wanted to do with it.
She
so
wanted to try and make a line and cut him off, I think, but that's not going to work in our current scenario because Vias is alienated.
with the way that the first round worked, with Vias disturbing the ghost and the ghost coming after, they've now effectively got Vias flanked.
Yeah. He's gonna die,
and the fact that they kind of got to move before everyone else negates a lot of what Joe had planned anyway. Vera is up next.
Okay. Give me, I'm figuring out, yeah, okay. Whoever's running Vera, keep the dumb boy alive. What kind of a challenge is that?
Just letting you know Vias is at 1 hit point.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. So, no, Vera's not southern. Be serious. Vera's gonna... why has it gotta be like this, guys?
Because I'm fucking stupid is why.
Normally I would disagree with you, but now I kind of can't.
Point of order for Diona's turn. Shouldn't she have rolled straight for those attacks? It doesn't change anything, but...
I have no idea.
Because flanking.
What?
Oh yeah, Vias is flanking.
Never mind. It changes nothing because the one was rolled first, so...
Yeah, she has 2 hits, so she would have advantage. So that first one would have hit. So it does change things.
No, it wouldn't have.
Because it was disadvantage from the
It
fight.
would have been a straight roll. So
yeah.
Ignore me.
No, but
it's fine.
Advantage, though.
She would have advantage because she's flanking with Vias.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
disadvantage because of the fear.
Yeah, so it would
Disadvantage
cancel out to a
because of
straight roll.
Sorry,
It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
so-
It's what was rolled.
I just made the note that Diana's frightened and forgot that bit. However,
Apologies.
if she shakes that off, she will be fine too.
Okay. Can
Sorry, yes.
Mom make it through to get to Vias? Can she squeeze through the corridor?
She can. There is
Technically-
plenty of space.
Yeah,
Okay.
technically Talia is like on top of Diona.
Okay, neat.
In fact, I will
Mom
put
is gonna
Talia up
go
there.
to Vias.
Mom, you don't have to. He like coughs up blood.
Okay, so there.
Just gives her a big hug.
And she's gonna fucking cure wounds because this dumbass looks like he's fucking dying. Which he is.
I'm sorry.
Give me a hot second. The character sheets are taking 8 years to load.
Mood. Oh, bless you.
It's not that much.
It's still better. He's at 10 hit points now.
Okie doke.
That's about half his health.
So that is her action. Anything on a bonus?
No, I don't think she has. Because it's gonna fucking turn undead again. But clerics don't get a second use of channel divinity until 6th level, which we are not.
Nope.
So,
Yes.
yeah. Vera's pissed.
Okie doke. in
Marius
that
gives her
case,
the puppy dog eyes.
it is Susanna's turn.
Oh, good. Susanna is also pissed. And altogether, she is much too close to these ghosts for her own comfort. But she's not gonna... Wait. Can Susanna shoot between Diona, Talia, Vera?
For the moment, she can, yes. However, Lena's
Okay.
about to elbow through and plonk herself into that space. So
Well, for now, she's gonna shoot a couple times.
go for it. Actually, oh no, don't mind me. Carry on. I've just thought of something Lena could do. Okie doke.
Okay, she's gonna take her. She would have reloaded while other people were smashing the windows at the end of the last fight, so she's got both.
Yep. I keep forgetting that Lena has these things called spells.
Wow, what are those?
They're the things that I use the slots for to add Divine Smite onto my attack.
I thought those were to count how many times you hit your enemies.
She's spending her other grit to get advantage on this attack.
Yes.
Go for it.
Nice.
24 hits. You're going for this ghost, aren't you, on the left?
Yes, and then taking her second shot.
Get him, Susanna.
Okay, 12, 9, 18. I need to calculate that because there's no way I can do that maths at the time of night. Okie doke. So,
Does the second shot?
They both. Ooh, does the second shot hit? It just hits.
Okay. Suzanne is going to take her third shot as her bonus action with her palm pistol.
Go for it. Nice. Okay, the ghost on the left is looking distinctly kind of ragged and battered, and you can kind of see that there's kind of holes appearing where the cloth kind of moves and flutters, and eventually you kind of hear 3 little ping, ping, ping as the bullets kind of fall out and hit the stone floor beneath.
Action surge.
Fuck, come on.
You're just muted.
Okay.
I used my watch last combat. Okay, we're not going to use the watch. We're just going to action surge and take 2.
What the fuck was that?
That was a very big engine by the sounds of things.
Was that my fault?
19 hits. 11 misses.
Okay. That being all she can do, she's actually going to back the fuck up and get out of the way.
You have... Still, even with the penalties, taken just under half of its health away with that attack. Cool. So, the ghost on the left is looking distinctly battered. Lena is going to Misty Step to see both ghosts, or is she going to flank Varys? I can just do it to there. So Lena is going to Misty Step to there.
Oh, okay, good, because Talia was about to make a dash for that spot.
Hell yeah.
And take a hit.
And then she is going to... So that is, I believe, a bonus action for Misty Step. It is. And then she is going to whack the ghost on the right twice with the Warhammer. Single-handed for the moment, and at least one of them is going to have Divine Smite on it. 15 hits. 21 hits.
Yes.
So the first one, as is awful. That's... And the second one is that. Oh my god, seriously, the same numbers.
Whoa.
I've been doing that so much on here at the moment, and then I don't have, for some reason, Divine Smite set up on here. However, first level, plus it's undead, so...
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hi.
There's another...
Good morning.
Diana's
just
scared of
waiting for
ghosts.
my computer to actually finish booting itself up before I'll get into the roll 20.
That's fine.
Another 9 points of radiant damage.
I assume this is not a clusterfuck?
Oh yeah, Diana's scared of the fucking ghost, and we're all
Bias is
dying.
surrounded, and
Bias is surrounded at 10 hit points.
he went down to 1 at one point. Thank
reminds
God
me, I
Beer
didn't
Mom is there.
I didn't get Diona to make the wisdom saving throw at the end of her turn, so Diona can attempt that saving throw again. If someone wants to roll, whoever was
Oh, Josh
neighbouring
was...
Diona, Josh was, I think it was.
That's an interesting choice.
Josh knows more of how to play Diana than I ever could. I could never play her. I don't know her class
Josh
at all.
volunteered. Just realised my nail varnish is matched with my water bottle. That's nice.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I actually do have my dice here, so if it comes down to it, I can just...
I'm just going to bounce into Diona's sheet now and just roll a wisdom save.
I can grab my physical dice, because my computer seems to be of the opinion that functioning is full.
It's okay. I have rolled a 14. Diona is no longer frightened for her next turn.
Yay!
It was only a DC of 12, so it wasn't too hard. Okay, at which point then, it is Talia's turn.
Okay. Talia.
I'm saying as well that the slightly blinded thing has worn off.
Okay, good to know. Well,
Punch a ghost, Talia.
no, they're in a bit of a precarious position on Diona's shoulders.
I mean, they could drop into the square below Diona.
They could. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna drop down, looking kind of cool, doing some monk shit.
Woo!
And then we're just gonna go unarmed, key point to do flurry of blows.
Go for it.
So that's one key.
Nice.
2,
Wow.
3,
They all hit.
10, 6, 10 again.
Hell yeah.
They rolled max damage twice.
Woo! Talia, best. Talia and Susanna are
Is
MVPs.
looking distinctly battered for a kind of ghostly possessed set of robes.
Just punched a ghost 3 times. Hell yeah.
She did just punch a ghost 3 times.
Oh, if you
Okay.
flurry of blood, shouldn't it have been 4? Because
Yeah.
you get attack, extra attack, and...
Right, yeah. I get one more.
Go for it. See if we can kill it.
Come on.
Come on, Talia. Nope.
Nope. It is,
Come on,
however,
roll
looking
20, please.
not going to take too much to knock it down. Cool. Vias, we are back to your turn.
Well, if it's not going to take too much to knock it down, Vice is going to try and finish it off. He's going to use
Go
his
for it.
shillelagh quarterstaff to get it. With
Okay,
advantage.
Shillelagh makes it a magic weapon, does it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does 12 hit?
It does not, I'm afraid.
I wonder if he can do something as a bonus action as a cantrip. I gotta look. I don't think he can, though. Action. Yeah, he's not gonna fucking do anything then. No, he's not. Damn it. Okay, well, that didn't work.
Right, okie doke. In that case, then, it is the ghost's turn. However, Vias is lucky
Oh, wait,
because...
hold on. Bonus action. He's gonna use... oh, what is it? Is Healing Light a bonus action?
Healing Word is a bonus action, yes.
No, not Healing Word. Healing Light. His D6s. Yeah. He's gonna use Healing Light on himself as a bonus action.
Cool.
Hell yes.
So he gets 1d6. He gets 2 points of health back.
Hey.
12 points. Maybe he'll survive one blow.
He is also lucky because other people have done damage to both the ghosts since then. And it's basically written so that they attack the person who either disturbed them or causes the damage.
He's
Oh,
gonna
hang on,
fucking
those.
die.
Come on. That.
Oh, Talia's about to get hit by a ghost, aren't they?
No. Well, yes, they are actually. So the one left is going to strike at Talia. First one is a 9, which misses.
Nope. No miss. It misses, yes. Sorry.
Second one is an 18.
18 will hit just barely. I have a 17 armor class.
Oof.
Luckily, they have taken 0 damage so far.
That is
Nice.
11 of slashing damage and 1 point of cold damage.
I didn't have to roll a save against coldness earlier. Okay.
Nope, because they cannot do that again just yet.
Till the end
I
of
was
the
just clarifying. Okay. Remember how I said Talia hadn't taken damage? They are now down like a fourth of their health.
The one
Nice.
on the right is going to swipe at Lena. First is a 14, which misses. I just need to check which, because I have 2 versions of Lena. I was like, one is a 9, which misses. And right from where you're standing, you can kind of hear it hiss in rage. I knew I'd wasted all my natural 20s earlier. Clancy, it is your turn.
Hit him with that firebolt.
Clancy.
I'm at the bottom of the initiative.
You are. It is still, however, your turn now.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, I've been
Come
waiting
on, Clancy.
forever. Oh. Okay. They're gonna step around Susanna. Can they see that ghost?
Probably not, because Diona's kind of in the way. I would say that you can try and hit, but it'll probably be a roll at disadvantage.
Well, they're not really good at like anything. So
Diona's kind of in the way. And Diona's not small.
no, can I get into a position where I can see?
Climb
You could
down.
like shoot over Talia's head because Talia's short and you're super.
In front of Susanna, I would say that you could probably aim over between kind of Diona and Talia.
Yeah, they're gonna get in
Talia's
front.
also a very short beam.
Yeah.
So
They're gonna get in front of Susanna, say sorry, and then firebolt.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh.
That was a natural 1.
Yeah, it was. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's gonna hit me or someone else.
Uh-oh.
Talia, presumably.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Roll another attack roll, please, for that.
Oh, God.
I guess Amy goes to the same school of me. And, yep, that'll hit.
Yep, that hits. So go ahead and roll
no.
damage, please.
Oh.
God damn it.
And it is probably in fact, I'm going to flip a coin. If it's a 1, it's Diona. If it's a 2, it's Talia. So that hits Talia
Oh, no.
for 9 points of fire damage.
Good to know.
Oh,
Because
crap.
Clancy and Talia are already on such great terms.
Oh my God.
They... Can I make a wisdom save, actually?
Go
Oh,
for it.
God.
Although the last
Clancy,
one...
it's not the time for wisdom.
Clance.
See?
Oops.
Oops.
Clance.
Cease and desist, Clancy.
Uh-oh.
You're
They
emotional.
just kind of cover their face and, like, back up. How much of their movement did they use to get in front of Susanna? Like,
They've
10
only
feet?
used 5 feet.
5 feet? Okay. They're gonna back up as much of their movement as they can. They're just gonna back up into the corner. It's like 15 feet.
Go for it.
Corner time.
You've been bad, Clancy. You're sentenced to the timeout corner.
Time out.
In that case, then, it is Diona's
Oh,
turn.
God.
Well, would Vias count as flanking for this particular ghost?
Yes.
Cool. So,
You're frightened, though.
No.
no, not anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm
She
done.
saved against it.
Punch away.
In that case, going to... Yeah, just gonna try and do, a pair of haymakers, and I'll see how I feel about that.
Go for it.
So these are straight rolls at the moment. So, 1, 2... Oh, come on.
They're at advantage.
Yeah, because Vice counts as an ally.
Yeah, but haymakers are made at disadvantage, so it's a normal
Right.
roll.
Okie doke.
That-
In that
that's-
case, though, no, they both miss.
Um, mm, I fuck it. I'll spend the moxie for the 1-2 because I might get lucky.
Go for it. I mean, it is looking very damaged, that ghost.
Yeah.
16 hits.
So that's 11 points of damage.
Okie doke. Bear with me.
And the other one does not. God damn it.
Bear with me.
Yeah, so that'll be 11 because max damage on haymakers.
Okie doke. That
This might change
is
in
more
audio
than
quality
enough.
because I'm putting my headphones back in. Okay. Okay,
and there's kind of a
okay.
gust of air past your face down as the cloth kind of just drifts into a pile on the ground.
Okay.
If there's nothing else that Dona wishes to do, it is Vera's turn.
I think. I think Diana's gonna want to basically scooch to here if she can, if there's enough room for her to get next to Vias, basically, so she can try and put herself between ghost number 2 and Vias if it comes down to it.
I generally always say that yes, you can move diagonally kind of between two other characters. So yes, you can make it through to there, even if there's kind of a little bit of elbow jostling going on.
I actually kind of meant because the space that it looks like the amount of space it looks like there is with the amount of wall that area is taking up.
Yeah, it's just I could not get the map to go to scale. So the corridor is 10 feet wide.
Okay, so yeah, I think Diana's going to slip around here and basically be trying to interpose herself between Vias and ghost number 2.
Go for it. I mean, ghost number 2 at the moment seems to be focused on Lena, but that could change.
Yeah, but Vias is also very injured, so...
He's okay now-ish.
No, he's not. No,
He's
he's not. He has
He
12 hit points.
Yeah. I mean, that's normal for him. When is he not at 12 hit points?
When he's at 14, which he was at the beginning of this fight.
Luckily, he's not anymore, is it?
Vera's turn.
Okay. Can she, I don't know, like, Sacred Flame a motherfucker?
I don't see why not.
Or is, I don't know, should healing Vias be more of a... No, we're going to Sacred Flame a motherfucker.
Save it.
We're going to be proactive.
Get that motherfucker
Yeah,
dead.
I think we're at the point of, if we get it out of the way, we can...
Slap Vias a
Alright.
few times.
So, Sacred Flame is like a dex save for them, right?
Yeah, or it misses entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, dex save, and it'll be 2d8 at this point, because we are level 5.
Mm-hmm.
So dex save is +1. 17.
Oh.
That shit saves. So Vera has been useless. Woo!
How many spell slots does Vera have?
Sacred Flame's a cantrip.
Yeah.
No, I
that.
know, I was just curious.
Oh, she has, but I don't know how to cleric very well. I'm sorry, Sarah, if you're listening. I apologize again.
I mean, I think Sarah had kind of gone a bit more heavy on the healing spells than she had on the offensive spells anyway.
True. Oh well.
It is Susanna's turn.
It is Susanna's turn.
Vias ducks down so Susanna can shoot past.
Well, first things first, Susanna spends her first attack to reload her pistol.
Go for it.
But now, okay, so now Clancy is like huddling in the corner, panicking. Is Susanna's desire to shoot stronger than her desire to help Clancy out?
I don't
So I'm
know why
gonna
you're
flip a
asking
coin.
that question.
She's going to spend her second attack to reload her palm pistol. And then she's going to shoot, hopefully over Vias's shoulder, and hopefully I don't fuck this up and hit Vias and kill him.
I would say you can either take it at disadvantage, or you can... I mean, would Vias count as partial cover? I suppose is the other way to do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, we'll say that Vias adds +2 to his AC. And again, if you hit a natural 1, you're probably going to be hitting Vias.
If I hit a natural 1, my gun misfires. It's fine.
Fair enough. In that case, go for it.
Though, then if I save on the misfire, then it doesn't misfire. There's...
I know, this is why I've never played a gunslinger, because it's complicated.
Roll.
14 misses.
Damn. 15 was the number to fucking beat.
Yep.
Okay. She just shrugs.
I mean, however, it does kind of just ping off the wall above Vias's head without actually causing any damage to anyone.
That's fine. It's fine. All right. Susanna's done.
Just one shot.
She used both her attacks to reload.
True. Oh, I forgot
This
about that.
bitch has got to do a lot of upkeep to be able to do cool shit like fire 5 shots in one turn.
That was super fucking cool.
Okie doke. Lena is going to tank and spank. I'm just going to hit it twice with a warhammer.
Get him.
First one is oh no, it's an advantage, isn't it? So the first one hits.
Woohoo!
Second one hits.
Yes.
Finally, some decent numbers. See, these are the numbers I should be rolling. I don't know why I hit it again there. Sorry, ignore that last one. So that is down to that. Don't have so many spells that I want to throw a Divine Smite on it. So that is the end of Lena's turn. Because there is Jack that I can do as bonus actions at the moment. In which case, Talia, it is your turn.
Alright, I have a serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Since we have established that they generally climb on individuals...
You want to parkour over
Yes.
Yes, I will let you try as part of your movement. Go ahead and roll me a acrobatic check, please. I was totally hoping you tried to parkour over them.
19.
19 will do it. So you kind of plant a foot kind of on where the armor sticks out ever so slightly on Vera's hip and use it to kind of boost yourself up. You plant your other foot on her shoulder. And then you walk from Vera's shoulders to Diona's shoulders and you drop onto the floor neatly next to the other ghost. They are basically just like a set of steps.
There's just a kind of muttered like, sorry. And then...
You kind of see Lena kind of flash you a good and a very brief thumbs up around the wall.
About how much of that movement do you think it took?
I would say that will probably... You have 40 feet of movement, yes?
45.
45. I would say that probably takes a good 30 feet of your movement with the
30
climbing
feet?
and the bouncing.
Okay.
You have 50 feet of movement left.
Alright, I'm not going to get anywhere that I want to get with that one. I'm just going to go ahead repeat what I did last turn. So 4 attacks, spend a key point.
Go for it.
Punch that ghost.
13 just hits.
11
11
misses. Not 20.
20.
And a 12.
One
So-
hits, one a critical hit.
6 total.
Okie doke.
I mean 12 total.
Again, looking distinctly battered, and it's not kind of floating as it was. It's kind of drooping slowly down towards the floor, and then it kind of picks itself back up again. It's looking distinctly battered. Vias, you are up.
He's just going to snarl and be like, "Go down!" And he's going to hit it with the quarterstaff. Oops.
15 hits.
Sweet. I think it's a
D8. It says on
D8,
the-
but plus my
Wisdom.
which is 2.
Yep.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
So 5 points.
D8 plus wisdom for Shillelagh.
Yep.
So again, you get this weird kind of sensation as you swing around and hit it. Oh no, because that's magic. It does fall. That's it's almost as if you can kind of feel it connecting with every single fold of the cloth, as if it wasn't cloth, but more was like maybe wood, thin wood veneer rather than cloth. And there's kind of a resistance every layer of cloth as your quarterstaff swings through. It is looking very battered by now. Bear with me a second.
Sure wish that would have taken it out.
Oh, damn. Okie doke. Is there anything else Bias wants to do in his turn?
That's all he can do because his other healing thing is an action. So
Okie doke. In that case, then, the ghost, having most recently been hit by Bias, is going to turn around and swipe at Bias.
yay.
2 strikes. The first one is a 14.
That misses. His AC is 16.
The second one is a 10. So they both miss. It's obviously thrown off by the fact that it is damaged, despite the fact that it is an undead floating, possessing robes. Clancy is up.
They're currently freaking out.
Do you want to re-roll the wisdom save?
Sure, yeah. But that's gonna be like their entire turn. But they're not gonna try and do that again.
Go for it.
13. So they're a little better. They're still in the corner though. But they're a little better.
So
But
kind of shaking, but coming out of it.
yeah, and also me as a player, I'm not gonna try and shoot through all those people. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I will accept that. So that's just my turn.
Okie doke. In that case, then, Diona is up again. And hopefully about to finish this thing off.
Come on, Diana.
Well, she wouldn't have flanking this time because of trying to move to try and shield Bias, so not going to attempt. Just 1, 2. Hey, okay.
They both hit.
Nice.
And I'll do the third for bonus attack.
That hits as well.
Cool.
Okie doke.
So 22 total, probably halved, but
Okie doke. So you kind of feel every single one of them connecting, and kind of it's almost as if you're hitting a punching bag. There's some resistance there, but not as much as there possibly should be. And you see it kind of...
stating it, even though it probably doesn't affect anything, using the silvered brass knuckles. They just do technically count as unarmed for
Yep, no problem.
these purposes.
Okie doke. And it kind of flitters down and then back up again, and then it flitters, and again there's that kind of high-pitched shrieking noise before it kind of crumples in on itself and drops to the floor.
Okay.
Again. And at this point I need to roll that. Damn. Okay, never mind then.
Vias just, like, does the whole thing where you bend over and put your hands on your knees and just breathe.
Lena is doing a survey of the room at this point. I'm not quite sure why, because my perception is awful. Yes, she sees...
I mean, Talia's gonna do the same.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Before Talia leaves Vias's range, she's going to touch them and give them 5 hit points.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's his healing hands.
Okay, so you notice Talia. There are scattered around the room small piles of bone. And Lena seems to be kind of focusing on one in kind of this area down here. There's another one up here and one kind of here half. Looks more like an intact skeleton kind of slumped against this altar in the middle of the room.
Bone! PK, was that you?
No, it wasn't. Somebody stole my idea.
Good lord.
I think Talia's kind of... They're gonna leave Lena to the bones, and instead approach this figure, like, poison knife in hand.
Okay, as soon as Lena realizes Talia's headed in that direction, she's going to kind of move kind of alongside and just behind and make sure that she is between Talia and this pile here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Kind of constantly be kind of between Talia and what she thinks might be a threat.
seeing Talia move down is also going to start.
Vias wants to get close to that figure that was on the ground.
Vera's gonna grab Vias and pat him on the cheek and give him a little more,
Yeah,
help.
I think if Vias is gonna, Diana's kind of gonna just, hey, stay behind me.
Yeah, no, Vera is babysitting the child for a sec.
He kind of, like, does the, like, begrudging sigh and, like, just, like, clings onto the back of Diona.
Clancy is in the corner.
As you're heading that direction,
Yeah,
Talia, what's Talia's passive perception?
Passive perception? 16.
Okey-doke. So as you're kind of approaching this direction, you suddenly notice that there are several kind of stones that are loose. As you kind of catch them with your toe, it seems to wobble as if something's set underneath.
How close am I to the figure?
You're maybe... bear with me. Let's what that. You're kind of within 10 feet.
Okay.
They're just knelt there, on the floor, beside the altar, eyes open.
I'm going to the figure first. We can figure out the stones later.
Okay, so you're stepping over the stones.
Yeah, there is a much greater present danger in what that figure might be.
Okay. As you approach, the figure is Dylan.
It's the
Found him.
lad. It's the lad.
Talia just found him. And
Highest grins.
gonna reach out, put a hand on Dylan's shoulder.
There's no reaction.
Oh, I have a question as Josh.
Mhm.
Is Marcus there? I would say no, but it's up to you.
Marcus is not.
Okay.
Is Marcus a familiar?
Marcus is not Marcus is something else.
Marcus is not there.
Yeah.
Could Vias,
Yeah.
That's not
like,
great.
Vias will kind of sidestep Diona, but, like, not get too close. Just,
Yeah, I think.
can we get him out of here?
Yeah.
One of the strong folks. And then Talia's gonna turn around, kneel by one of the loose stones, and start trying to pry it open.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Make me a
Diana's gonna step over and try and lift
Um,
Dylan
straight
try
up
and put
dexterity
him-
check, please, for Talia.
over her shoulders.
Could I theoretically, like, use, like, one of the non-special knives to help me out?
You can. It's a fairly low check anyway, It's basically to make sure see if you lift it up without kind of breaking anything that's underneath.
Listen, I'm gonna give myself fucking advantage with this knife.
Go for it.
Also, thank you,
Yeah,
PK,
so
for the healing.
20.
I didn't realize you gave me healing.
Okay, so as you lift it up, there is underneath a small crystal. It's maybe an inch in diameter, roughly kind of circular with kind of a pointed back, and it's kind of sat there on stone. It's kind of a pinky purple colour.
Do I know what it is?
Make me a nature check.
Bias gives them a curious look.
8.
It's maybe
It's a rock. It's certainly a fucking rock.
purple. It's kind of see-through. It's slightly sparkly as they tilt their head to get a better look at it. Might be valuable, might be magical. It's pretty.
I'm gonna pluck it out of the ground,
Okie doke.
let the stone fall back into place, and show it to Diona.
Okie doke.
Diona?
Yeah.
I found this thing, and hand it over. Diona now has a sparkly purple rock. Congratulations.
Bias is just like looking at it. Over
May I
Diana's
inquire as to the time, real quick?
It is. It's probably about 4 p.m. by now.
It's okay. Okay.
But it's also probably time to skedaddle. So
Yeah, I was going to say, Susanna checks the time and then says, not to interrupt whatever's going on over there, but I think we have a matter of pressing urgency, which is that we may need to vacate the premises.
As far as you are aware, you have been in the temple for about an hour and a quarter.
Yes, but it takes
Yes.
us too damn long to get out of this place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Especially if Diona's going to be carrying Dylan.
Can Vera help
yeah.
too? Is Vera
I mean-
strong?
I mean, to be honest, Diona can probably manage it on her own. What's Diona's strength modifier?
Diana has +3 strength, and she is fairly used to manhandling people at this point.
Exactly. I would say that your movement speed's going to be hard, but Diona will have no problem carrying Dylan out.
And he's like the
Yeah.
third smallest person besides Vias and Talia, so.
Yeah.
Lena, meanwhile, is going to step up around here and just have a quick look over the altar.
Nice.
So yeah, does Dylan like move, or is he held in whatever position he's stuck in?
As you
Like,
try
does he-
to move, as you kind of bend over to pick him up, he's kind of reasonably limp.
Okay.
And it's easy enough to kind of pick him up, put him over a shoulder, carry him bridle style, however to.
Yeah. Okay. But if he was stuck in the one position, it was going to require a little bit more thinking. But Fireman's
Nope.
carrying him does work.
Yep.
Oh, go away.
Okay.
Vias wants to check him for injuries. Can he do that?
You can make a medicine check if you wish.
Okay. Because he's kind of sweating a little bit.
He seems. You cannot see any obvious. There's a few kind of cuts and scrapes and things. There's kind of a bruise across one cheekbone. There's kind of a few bumps and bruises. They all seem to be reasonably superficial, as best you can tell in the situation.
We're gonna get you out of here.
And Talia is also back on Diona's shoulders.
Okay. At this
No,
point,
wait, no, they're not. No, they're not, because...
No, I'm going to say no, they're not, because Dylan is
No,
currently
yeah.
Diona's shoulders.
So, in which case, they kind of look up at Diona, like, go to do it, and they're like, wait, no.
This is wrong.
This is bad. And then they're just kind of awkwardly just... You know what they're gonna do? Is they're kind of awkwardly, like, sidle up to Lena.
I'm half tempted to run an intelligence check for Lena, but I mean, I think Lena, having realised that Talia's preferred place is on Diona's shoulder and that Diona is kind of occupied, is going to look at Talia and then kind of go, "Oh, right, yeah, sure, no problem."
All right, Talia is now on Lena's shoulders.
And Lena's kind of doing that very, when you've hurt your neck and you don't really want to move your head too much because she has horns and is kind of wary of impaling Talia by accident.
Talia's a little bit interested by the horns, but is trying not to outwardly be.
So, yeah, Lena's just kind of turning her whole body rather than turning her head.
Oh my god.
She doesn't want to accidentally hurt them.
I know her.
We just need to get little foamies for her horns. Stick some apples on there.
Just kind of the end of pool noodles stuck on the end of each one.
Like they do for goats.
Okay.
Listen, like they do for goats, that's so beyond this.
You ever mention that in front of Lena? Lena is going to kind of...
No, Vias would never think so. Oh my god.
But yeah,
so rude.
In character, but out of character. It's just like, yeah.
I'll just wrap them in some nice silks.
The thing is, though, Lena would let certain members of the group do it. Okie doke.
Susanna is gonna call down the hallway. Okay, maybe I wasn't clear. We need to get going.
I
We're
agree.
working on it. We'll be out in less than a minute.
No.
Let's make that less than a minute.
We need to go now. We need to move. We need to be out of here.
Yeah, Dana's just gonna
Vias
make
will
sure
take the
Helen
lead
is
then.
decently positioned and is just gonna start walking back.
Vias will take the lead to make sure there's no weird orby things.
Okay, so it takes longer than usual to get out, carrying Dylan and kind of being careful and giving everything and everyone a wide berth. The guy that was unconscious in this room here, are we leaving him there, or would you like to take him with?
Unless Vera wants to drag him.
I would say
Our
Vera
two
would have to
strongs
try
are
and carry
currently
him.
a little bit occupied with...
Vera's got a +3 to strength. Calm down.
Vera could probably
Okay.
carry him.
Let's pick him up.
Vera
With
will.
Talia on their shoulders? On her shoulders?
That's Lena that has him.
You're on.
Oh,
You're
right.
on Lena.
Clancy sticks
Vera.
right
Vera.
next
Oh,
to Susanna the whole time.
Vias will walk over to Clancy and try and put a hand on their shoulder to get their attention.
Susanna kind of tries to shoo Vias away.
No. Clancy is like, what? Hi. Hi.
We're
hi.
going, we need to go. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not safe anymore.
I never thought it was in the first place. Let's go.
It's not. So
Okay,
And they-
okay, we're keeping it moving, people. Let's go.
They do not look anywhere near Talia and just stay by Susanna the whole way out.
Susanna will take their arm if they let her.
So it probably
They'll
takes
let
the
her.
group about 30 minutes to make it out rather than the 15 or 20 that you would be able to do if you were moving quickly. But you make
But
it out...
because we're being cautious and three of us are carrying people.
Exactly. But you make it out without too much hassle. Hang on. Back to the outdoors as I can. And you kind of make it back eventually to the campsite. With Dill.
Oh,
Okay.
guys, it only took like
There.
4 months.
And with a guy who was... Shit. Which token did I use?
Dylan is out.
Dylan is currently pretty catatonic.
Yeah.
And with the interesting.
I think Talia has given in to curiosity and is sort of gently running their hands along Lena's horns.
Oh my god.
Lena's just kind of going with the flow. I would assume she probably can't feel very much of it anyway. Just kind of, when you're rubbing your fingers over something kind of that's ribs on it and you kind of get that vibration going through.
Yes! Good! They fucking love that shit.
It's probably actually slightly relaxing.
Yeah, they're in love. They're in love.
So Lena's horns are good stim.
Yes.
Good stim.
I can only imagine how nice
stim.
that feels. Oh my god.
Seriously, Lena is just working up courage to ask Talia to braid their hair at some point.
Free
anyway.
stim. Free
Do
stim. Free stim.
But
I love
Vias,
how we've all
once
just kind of.
Okay, so the first thing you'd notice on the way back to camp as you step out of the temple is that the sun is starting to set. And behind the trees.
Love
There's still plenty of light to see by as you move through the open space, but considering that your watch right now, Susanna says 4:30, it looks like it's darker than 4:30 out there.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
let's keep moving.
Being one who obsesses over time, about what point would I think the sun is actually at?
Given the time of year, you'd probably say it's at least an hour later than that. It's probably about an hour later.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You would say
Susanna's panic is internal.
you would know that the sun is usually kind of right down behind the horizon by 6, and it's not quite there yet. So as you head back to camp, the inclination that it's a little later in the evening is confirmed by the level of activity.
Yeah.
There are a few people moving around, but most people kind of seem to be clustered around tents. There's the smell of food wafting across. As you make your way back to the little kind of campfire and section of tents that you've claimed as your own. A few people nod at you as you walk past, but otherwise don't really bother you, considering you're carrying 2 unconscious people. Or comatose people.
Yeah.
1 catatonic, 1 unconscious.
I think whenever Diana's arms are free, Talia's like, okay, thanks, Lena, and scampers right the fuck back over.
Vias would immediately be preparing a tent, clearing out whatever he can, and probably grabbing 2 of the blankets he had lent somebody else so that they can be used for Dylan, and
Yeah, I think as soon
procuring
as that's
any
up,
sort of
then
food
it's
and water
gonna-
that he might need when he wakes up.
I would say that Vera has also stepped in at this point and is kind of doing checks over Dylan and is kind of
while Dylan was
occasionally
carrying
just kind
him,
of-
he was still breathing, and there was still the possibility of a pulse, right?
Oh yeah, Vias did
he
a
was
medicine
he
check.
was alive, just kind of
Okay.
catatonic. But Vera, I would say, would still want to be kind of doing her own checks and
Yeah.
Yeah.
looking over him and just kind of pushing Vias out of the way when he's kind of getting under her feet a little bit.
Clancy,
Ben is sort of gonna lay.
Vias gets a bit terse at that because he's
Yeah.
used to taking
Like
care
it's
of
a
other
medical
people.
professional kid.
Beerman will take precisely no notice of it. She'll just carry on doing her thing.
Clancy goes over and pokes Dylan gently.
No, Susanna, who had Clancy's arm, Susanna does not let Clancy approach Dylan.
No, we need to have a Scam Man meets Terry moment. We need to do this.
No.
Fuck you, Josh.
Nuh-uh. No, Susanna's like, how about we leave them alone for right now?
Why
Vias
does he have
stands
a scar?
protectively in front of Dylan.
Why does he have a scar?
Because someone hit him in the eye. That's where
a,
scars come from. Come on. Let's.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Do you think it was a knife? Doesn't look like it was a knife.
It could have been anything, really. It could have been, well, I don't imagine it could have been a bullet, but it could have been a lot of things. But what it isn't is any of our business.
Why?
Well, because we have other business. How about you come with me? Because I have a question about my clock that I need answering, and I would like some company.
Okay.
All right. Susanna will lead Clancy away to find somebody who she thinks has a watch so she can resync her time.
Oh, Vias would have given you back your watch, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
He does that quickly before you run off with Clancy.
Okay.
The main person around who might be of some use to you is probably Mira up in the main tent.
All right. Susanna is going to drag Clancy gently to go find Mira.
They just go along with it. They're kind of out of it.
She is sat behind one of the tables in kind of the main tent working area type thing at the top of the camp. And she's kind of sat there surrounded by piles of paper. She's kind of scratching through the quill. And you kind of see her pause every now and then, and she's tapping lines and counting. As you get closer, it looks like she's doing some ledger.
I am so sorry. My dog just had a barking fit. I missed, Sorry.
So, Mira's kind of sat behind one of the tables in the main kind of working area up here. As she's kind of making notes on a big piece of parchment with... As you kind of get closer, you can see her kind of pausing and counting things. And it looks like she's writing in some sort of a ledger.
Okay. Well, Susanna struts on up and she says, Mira, so good to see you. How are you this evening?
What's Susanna's passive perception?
15.
Okey-doke. She smiles as you approach, and she puts the quill down and she kind of moves a piece of paper across to block whatever she'd been writing. And you notice that there are dark shadows under her eyes. She looks like she hasn't been sleeping well. Smile seems reasonably genuine. I've had better days. What can I do to help?
Oh, well, I had just, we've just returned from the temple where we were successful in retrieving our missing party member, which is terribly exciting for us, and I'm, very glad to report that.
Such good news.
However, I have a watch, as many sensible people do, and my watch doesn't seem to be lining up quite with the time I believe it to be back on the sunset. Do you have a clock here that I might sync my watch up to so I can have a more accurate time?
I don't. There might be something. Bear with me, Gillen had one. I'll see if he's left it on his desk. And she kind of wanders over to one of the desks. Looks around.
Excellent.
Papers being pushed aside, and she comes out with a pocket watch. And she holds it up to her ear, and I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it is ticking. I suppose you would probably know better than me. It says 5:35. That helps at all.
Okay. Well, that seems to be more accurate than mine at the moment, so I'll go by that for now until I can get something properly synced. I do appreciate it.
No problem. And I hope that your party member recovers swiftly.
Oh, I'm sure he will. He's got a tough constitution, that one.
You say about the warlock.
Yeah, she does.
Well, anything else that you need help with, don't hesitate to ask. Your the dwarven lady that you brought out, she's doing better.
Oh, is she?
She's still not talking, but she's acknowledging questions and things, even if she can't answer. So she seems to be improving.
Oh, that is wonderful news. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for all your help, Mira. And let me know, please, if there's anything we can do for you.
Not right now. You go. You must all need a rest after being in the temple all day.
Oh, goodness, yes, we do.
We'll speak in the morning, I'm sure.
Indeed. You sleep well now, honey.
And the smile fades ever so slightly. She kind of not. I'll try my best.
Of course. All right, bye now. And then Susanna walks away, still keeping firm arm around Clancy's so that they don't wander off into oblivion, I guess.
Okay. I just want to check something. Vera's sheet. Okay.
By the way,
She doesn't have access.
when they walk off and he's been shunned away from Dylan, even though he's, like, angry about that a little bit, he's going to sit down and grab the incense from the back of Lucifer's, saddlebags, and he's going to attempt to bring Mercy back again as a ritual spell. He has one more incense left for this, that's it. This is his last use.
Okay. I mean, it's 10 minutes plus whatever.
Well, he has no
cast
spell
time, is
slots.
it?
He has to do ritual
I know
cast.
it's a ritual, so it's 10 minutes plus whatever the.
An hour.
It takes
So
an
it's an
hour.
It's an hour and 10 minutes then.
Yeah, so I
As
think
a ritual.
Diana, I think Diana actually sort of does like start the campfire for cooking, but doesn't actually start cooking for a hot minute. I think she actually kind of just settles down and so quiet and Italia does yeet right over to her.
Yeah. I think if she's kind of sitting down and quiet, Talia just kind of stops their quest for shoulders.
That is totally the campaign title. Talia's quest.
Talia's quest for shoulders, and sits down sort of cross-legged next to Diana.
Itos.
Hi.
Are you doing okay? Diana kind of tilts her head and sort of looks at Talia, and there's almost a raised eyebrow. Are you actually doing okay, or are you saying that because you don't want me to worry?
I'm just thinking about some things, that's all.
Hmm.
And you?
Not particularly. That was...
Well, we got through it.
Yeah.
I bet if you asked, Lena would make you tea.
I might take her up on that.
Some of it's not very good, but don't tell her I told you that.
Yeah. Honestly, I have probably had worse.
I mean, I have two. Well, not two. We don't have, like, two, but, like, I have definitely drank some shitty things. But you gotta.
Better than not waste things.
Exactly.
What went so bad in the conversation between you and Vias?
I
You were really... You were off. And I'm not sure why.
I don't.
Well, how did it go? How did it... What happened?
Well, I walked in. I told him I was sorry, kind of. I told him I wasn't sorry about what I did, leaving Dylan behind and stoning him. But I tried to apologize for everything else. I tried to tell him how I know that I'm wrong. And I don't but I don't even know if that's true anymore. I thought I was wrong. And he was mad at me for making the decisions I did, but then tried to tell me that I should keep thinking the way I was thinking, but then was still mad at me. That
I think what he was mad about is... Oh, the way that and you sort of see Diana gesturing like she's trying to figure out how to phrase whatever you did that put him in place. That it. I think he was angry about how that went, not as much the decision you made to leave Dylan behind. I think that
I told him I wouldn't do it again, but I didn't. If he wasn't going to listen, I wasn't going to let. If he's going to. Losing two would have been worse than losing one, and you have to cut your losses sometimes. And I didn't know what would happen if he ran back in there, and there was no way he was going to listen. I mean, you've seen what he does sometimes.
I have, yeah.
Just right now. So I told him I wouldn't do it again. I still wasn't sorry about it. I
think I understand.
I made a decision using what I knew. What I thought was right. And I was starting to think for a while that all those things, what I know about right and wrong, isn't actually right. And, or at least I was. And you see them, they sort of reach up and just sort of start absentmindedly running one of their hands along the braid on the side of their head and just... I'm not so sure about that part anymore. I'm starting to wonder if instead Vias is the one that's wrong. Because I know I was right in that weird dream place not to trust that thing, and I know I was right to leave Dylan behind, and I know I was right to stop him, at least according to the way I was raised, and I was thinking maybe he was right, that I needed to stop. But watching him rush into that last fight, whatever those things were, I don't know. I don't know. Just...
Well...
I'm very confused a lot of the time. And I'm just trying
Does it have to be a matter of completely right or completely wrong? Or can it be, in different situations, certain methods are more or less the way I grew up with a very mixed set of experiences, and what we ended up coming to was that as long as it's not actively doing harm, you're not wrong. You might have to learn new things or alter somewhat, but there is never a point to I used to see her start to mess with one of the ties on the sleeve, and you sort of see her. It's maybe there are things with how you were raised that don't translate well here. But there are also things that have done us a lot of good. Did Vias say anything in particular?
Frankly, I, as Parker, don't remember. It's been like 5 months.
Also, I lost the fucking audio for that whole fucking episode. It makes me really angry every time I think about it.
I'm sorry.
That was the worst karma. Fucking A.
Talia just kind of shrugs and just... I don't really remember. I was kind of upset.
That's okay.
I tried to show him that thing I wrote for you. And he just kind of... He said he was sorry I felt that way, but that it didn't really matter. And he didn't understand what I was trying to say, I don't think.
I don't entirely know if you understood what he was trying to say. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know what was said. I just saw the after effect.
I've been trying to listen and do what the rest of what you all want. The one thing that's really important is, the group overall. There's a lot of sacrifices the individual has to make for the group, and
But the group does not get to stamp out the individual.
well, when the group's the only way to survive. So I've been trying to listen, and I've been trying to learn, and I can't help but notice it's... No one's leading. And no one's talking. And no one...
Yeah.
And so it all gets confused, and it all gets jumbled up, and nothing gets done, and people get hurt.
We've all only known each other about 2 weeks. We're not sure.
They look at you with a little bit of surprise.
The day we met you, that was the first time we all still the newness of the crew and establishing who fits what role best. And I'm not a leader. I don't know how to lead. I've just been trying to keep everyone from falling apart.
They kind of get quiet, and they sort of look down at the ground, sort of lost in a bit of thought. Well, that certainly explains some things.
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry.
Nothing for you to apologize for. Again, making assumptions that there's no...
We're learning how, when the hammer falls, who breaks, and how. And I don't know if we are strong enough as a group to make up for the fact that we seem to be driven to break apart. This isn't how it's supposed to. And she sort of shakes her head and just looks at the ground, and I know it's not supposed to be smooth and easy, and it takes years to build up, but it's not meant to feel like we're at each other's throats all the time.
They nod.
And she just kind of sort of slightly tucks her knees up and want to be home with things that make sense.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah. And I'm
Tell me about your home. I've told you about mine. At some point, you don't have to right now.
Yeah. Can you repeat that? I didn't hear. I heard tell me about, but I didn't hear.
Talia asked, tell me about your home. I've told you about mine. You don't have to right now, but I'd like to know.
It's no very big secrets. It's I grew up on the water. I grew up.
They look at you very like, what the fuck?
Right, yeah. And she just sort of shrugged. She just sort of. It was my normal. It was. My mom got rescued from a shipwreck by my Octavian, and then when she didn't have anywhere to go back to, he let her stay. And
what's a shipwreck?
I told you about ships. When they get damaged, when they get so damaged that they cannot be repaired, they tend to sink. They tend to, and sometimes the water will change and they'll be revealed, or they'll have been damaged by rocks so bad that they can't sink. And you get ones underwater as well, and they are the bones of a ship that was too damaged to be salvageable.
They nod. So you spent your life on a big floating thing that could break at any moment, venture into the water.
Not at any moment. Not at any moment. Wait. We usually tended to avoid the kind of trouble that does break ships. We tended to avoid.
But it does exist, huh? Shipwrecks are a thing.
So are storms. So are monsters.
Yeah, but the storm doesn't hide things besides like things that are already in the forest. You can just see it.
Dana kind of tilts her head and right, ocean storms are different. They're it becomes in the bad ones. You can't even see for the wind, and you can't see more than maybe 50 feet in front of you before all you see is another wave. And
alright, that's not fucking terrifying.
She kind of shrugs, and it is, but it's also
cool. Helena!
I'm sorry,
Helena! Do you have any tea? Please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, they're shouting in Lena's direction.
Lena doesn't respond for the moment. She's kind of knelt off somewhere down in this direction. Just kind of knelt there, eyes closed.
Hey, Lena. Lena?
Vice is also in a similar position, but the familiar just ritual.
Yeah, there's a long pause. Lena comes out of it and she's like, yeah, sure.
Are you alright?
What? Yeah, just needed a minute. Sorry, what did you need? She kind of stands up, comes back over.
Oh, I was just we were just wondering if you had any tea you'd make for dinner or something.
There's always tea. Let me find my pack. I have no idea which tent it's even in anymore.
Does Clancy hear the word tea?
It probably depends on how close you are at this point.
I don't know where we are.
Susanna's been herding them around.
Yeah, I mean, we've been walking in circles, sort of occasionally passing the grouping of tents. We could probably be finishing a circuit or something.
Yeah, I would say that you can probably, if you don't hear the word tea, you'll probably see Lena prepping tea stuff as you walk past.
I also think at this point, because I don't know where the fuck Vinali's been, Vinali is now on Talia's lap.
Yes.
I would say Vinali was probably hiding amongst bags and things.
The magic reappearing cat.
Yep.
They've been hanging out with Lucifer, it's fine. In a settlement.
Oh boy.
Clancy turns to Susanna. It's like, hey, Susanna.
Clancy?
Love clocks. Love the thing. What's tea?
What's tea? It's a drink. I assume that's what Lena's making. Yeah, it's a drink that you drink. You take some tea leaves and you steep it in hot water, and it makes a nice hot drink.
I understand all of those words separately, but not together.
That is Talia all of the time.
It's a beverage.
Yes.
You should try some. How about we try some? That's easier than me trying to explain it. Hey, Lena, do you have an extra cup for Clancy?
I'm sure we can find one somewhere. Just
awesome. This kid needs to try
a minute or two, but we'll make do.
We'll give that a go.
It's kind of a situation where none of the mugs match. And it's just literally whatever she's been able to kind of co-opt from the quartermaster.
Have we ever had a situation where the mugs match in our life?
Good lord, no. But no fun in matching mugs. She kind of passes the mugs around. I would say that after the day we've all had, it's probably going to be kind of some sort of citrusy green tea because none of us need caffeine on this.
Good, that's my favorite type.
If Lena's setting a mug near Vias, you just hear him mutter a soft thank you.
Oh, Lena's not setting a mug near Vias.
Okay.
Oh, apparently Talia doesn't like that shit.
Right, okay, fine. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be one that you've had before, but hey, tastes differ over different days. No, Lena is very mad at Vias and isn't about being petty at this moment in time.
Silent tear rolls down his cheek.
As the technical operator of Beer Mom, I think Beer Mom will offer to spice up anybody's tea.
Yes. What does that mean?
Talia willingly holds their cup out. They know what alcohol is.
Vias
they enjoy
just holds
alcohol.
out his hand. Just pour it in.
Lena is waving away the booze.
Wait, what?
Okay.
What's in there? What is it?
It's alcohol.
What's that?
I don't think you need any alcohol tonight, Clancy. How about we just not?
Not for children.
I don't. One, not a child. Two, I don't know what it is. I can't know if it's not good for me if I don't know what it is.
You know what? Trust me, it's not good for you.
What does it do to you?
I don't think we need to find that out tonight. I don't think I don't think this needs to be your first experience with alcohol. In fact,
Clancy tries to look at the alcohol.
Clancy, I mean, somebody's got a mug of it. I'm sure you'll accomplish it.
Yeah, Talia has at least gotten their tea spiked. Point of order, Talia still doesn't know that, like, the effects of drinking alcohol. They just think it tastes good.
Bless.
Oh, wait, that's called alcohol?
What did you think it was called?
I was never told. It was something that got hidden from me as soon as I stepped into the room. But not in a, like, you shouldn't be seeing this way, but in a more of a, like, we don't trust you to not take it, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
Well, I think they can trust you not to take it today. No, thank you, Vera. I will not have any, and probably not a good idea for you. Though you can make your decision, Clancy, but I'm not sure it'll be to your liking.
I mean, I don't know. Things that got hidden from me always ended up seeming a lot more interesting.
How about we save that experience for another day? Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow you can try alcohol for the first time. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Glad we came to an agreement on that. Thank you so much for offering, though.
Clancy tries their tea. Should I roll to see if they like it?
It's entirely up to you.
That's what I've been doing with Talia.
I might. It makes sense because they've never had tea.
I've just been doing a straight D20.
What's that wisdom roll for?
None of your business.
Oh, they like it. They're like,
Cool.
it tastes good.
Yeah, that's usually what it is when you like a thing you put in your mouth.
Yeah, well, they don't know anything.
Lena kind of smiles slightly at that.
Talia's still drinking their tea, just to be clarified, but now that it's spiked, it's considerably less of a grimace.
Oh, Lena's going to have to sit Talia and explain the whole, if you don't like it, you can say so and I'll never serve it to you again.
Nope. I think as everyone kind of gathers and tea happens, Talia kind of waits for tea to generally happen before they kind of clear their throat and just I think we all need to talk about some things.
Lena just kind of sighs, and you can kind of see her shoulders slightly. Yeah, I agree.
Would Vice's familiar have come back by now?
I would say yes.
A tealess day for Vice.
I mean, there's a pot and some mugs. He can make his own tea. He can put his own tea if he wishes. But Lena is not beyond being
He would
petty.
probably grab a mug and probably go for the liquor immediately if that's available.
Yeah, I think Diana's also going to spike some tea. I think she's...
At this point,
It very possibly ends up she, takes a swig of the mug and then just tops it back up with liquor. Not even a shot, with actually a...
Yep. At this point, I would say Vera has probably finished getting Dylan settled. And she just kind of says that he's comfortable and asleep, as best as she can tell. And she kind of sits literally smack bang right outside the tent that he's in.
Is this tonight we have to talk about these things, or after we've all had a nap, by which I mean asleep, we talk about these?
Well, the sooner the better, I would suppose.
That's all right.
Maybe before Dylan wakes up, at least.
It's fair.
I'd say a few things probably need clearing up tonight. See much point in putting it off.
Okay.
All right, everyone, great talk. I'm glad we all spoke
Okay, no.
I think that's half the problem.
Okay, what?
None of us are very good at this.
What is the first issue on the agenda?
Well,
The fact that there's too many of us that charge off ahead without stopping to talk. We need to talk and make plans and decide what we're doing and who's doing what. Otherwise, somebody's going to end up dead. Or the group's going to end up splitting.
Okay, excellent first point. Do not run off ahead before discussing running off ahead with the group. Can we all be in agreement on this as a newly instated rule?
Vice pets Mercy and kind of adjusts himself and bows his head. It was completely irrational of me. I wasn't in my right mind, but that's not a...
You could have got us all
I'm not trying
killed.
to make excuses. That was stupid of me.
You could have got us all killed by us. You either trust us to help with this or you don't.
No, I
and
do.
I know that
I do.
well to trust each other properly, but a simple that you were going to run off, at least some of us could have thrown a healing spell or a healing potion in first. We need a plan before we all go charging in, and it's...
I know I said I wouldn't make excuses, but that wasn't my mind. I'm going to try and do better on that, and I'm trying. I
don't entirely know what it's like for Vias, but when I go into that similar, all I can see is the next threat. All I can see is... And I don't know if it's the same for Vias.
I get very empty. I'm sorry. It all melts away, and I don't know why. I've tried for the last 2 years. I've been trying. I've never had anything like that happen before, but I've been empty. And it's terrifying. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix that. And you should not be...
To be fair to Vias, I kind of did the same thing with the fish store. So it's not just him. I got a little bit frustrated and nobody making a decision.
I agree with that. That was my... All I knew was I just had to know who that was. We had to get it done, and it needed to be done. And it was very stupid. We should have taken a moment to break, but I thought it would be too long. We already spent too long in there.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from everyone is an apology for past mistakes and a dedication to doing better in the future. Is everyone satisfied by this? If not satisfied, at least placated for the time being?
I can work with it.
Well, there you go.
I think
Dana nods and sort of...
Our problem is as well, we don't know each other that well. We don't know what each other can do. We can't predict each other's moves, so we need to... And I appreciate this is probably slightly rich coming from me, but we need to talk. I know I don't talk very much anyway, except I am doing now.
Well, that's, we can take this as a useful opportunity to get to know each other, break the ice, as it were. Though you'd think that we'd have somehow managed to do that before now, break the ice, but I don't believe we have. So
I don't even know how many family members you have don't have it. You don't know. We've known each other for 2 weeks.
Maybe we should go around in a circle and ask each other questions.
Sounds like a game I used to play when I was a kid.
Same for me.
Not right now, but
I like questions. Can we ask some?
You, dear boy, you can do anything you set your mind to.
Talia kind of raises their hand a minute and go, that seems like it's going to be a couple hours, and I think if I know what an hour is properly, it's going to be at least a while. And that's fine. I don't mind. Maybe we should talk about what we're going to do about Dylan first.
There's a couple of other things to address first.
Yeah.
agreed.
One of the other things that has been, we don't have cohesion. We don't have someone who, if we're waffling on a decision, they have the final vote to decide one way or the other. We all just kind of take that on ourselves and end up running off and...
You're saying nobody's in charge?
Yeah. And
There's usually no number.
do we trust each other enough to have someone in charge? That's a question.
Talia does a quick, hold on. How many people are currently in the circle? How many are in the party?
There's currently, hang on, move these out of the way. There's
7?
currently
7.
8 with
people in
Clancy.
the party. Yeah.
Talia just kind of goes, well, I mean, there's an even number of us, so the usual vote system won't work.
Tell you what, how about this?
Clancy,
Being that
do you plan to stay with us?
Well, I mean, if you want me, I don't know. I don't really have anywhere to go. I have where I don't want to go. I don't know how long I'll be able to, not be there. So.
Alright, so we'll still have 8. If Dylan properly wakes up.
To be clear, Clancy, you are welcome to stay with us. As long as you like.
I'll stay as long as I can. The city always comes through its own.
I'm sorry, what? Repeat that, please?
Well, where I'm from, people do get out. Just, it's not forever, so I'll stay as long as I can.
Alright, okay, let's perhaps put that in the, when we ask each other questions pile.
Okay.
Talia looks a little bit nervous.
Okay. Okay.
And instead just goes, alright, so there's 8 of us. So the way we used to do it is there was one person who, if there's an odd number, everybody voted. And so that way it wouldn't, hit an even point. But if there was an even number, then one person would elect to not vote.
You could take it in turns to not vote, I suppose.
Dylan is currently unable to place a vote.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's unconscious, then it's just 7. That's fine. But what about when he wakes up?
Then we ask him when he wakes up.
No, I meant about voting. I mean, unless he doesn't choose to stay, in which case, then we're still at 7. That's fine.
So,
why don't we make a decision for now, and then when Dylan wakes up, we fold him in and decide if we want things to continue that way or make new accommodations.
can we deal with voting on a case-by-case basis, or does the same person always have to sit out of the vote?
Well, we always have the same person. Destine would, but considering we don't have, like a lore master or anything, there's not really the system, so I suppose it could rotate.
Or we could do first and second.
See, my concern is that, not every situation... I don't know how to say this delicately.
There might be
Don't
some
worry delicately
about every situation the same way. So, say, I don't care about... I don't know. I'm not trying to be blunt here, but say there's some situation concerning Diona, and I don't care about it. Then I can sit out of the vote. But then the next time the situation is concerning me, and I do care about it, then I don't want to be the one sitting out of the vote, so somebody else sits out of the vote.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't have to be the same person.
Okay. Well, then in that case,
where I come from, it's from the same person. But if you want to rotate, sure.
All right. Let's try that.
Okay.
like a plan.
So do we want someone to be making those decisions if we can't come to a conclusion? If we're like in the temple and can't decide where we're going? Who are we defaulting to?
That might be an item better settled after we've had our little icebreaker game on account of,
Okay.
I don't know enough about any of you to decide which one I'd rather have making decisions. So, yes? Are we in agreement on that?
I think it also might vary depending on the situation we've...
Yeah.
For example, if one of us has more experience, it would make sense for them to have the casting vote, as it were, in those situations.
Talia nods.
I mean, if we're deep in the forest and trying to find a path, I'm probably going to trust Talia to lead us where we need to go. And if we're on a ship,
Talia smiles and then goes pale.
If you ever manage to get me on a ship, I'd trust Diona.
Same.
And then,
if we are negotiating a deal for information,
and if we're in a sharing mood, I'd like to point out a very big if that you will ever get me on a ship.
Yeah.
Talia raises their hand and points at Lena, and then at themselves, and then a nod, we're on the same fucking
Same
page,
hat.
buddy. Same hat.
Yeah, Diana just kind of gives a little bit of a smile and a nod. And yeah, she gets it.
Sickness.
She's also bad at explaining things, so she's not surprised she spooked Talia.
Oh, Lena is coming at it from a point of view of Lena's been on boats, and Lena knows that she gets very seasick. So do we want to... I mean, I know I dragged you all out here to look at the temple. I figure we could... I don't know that I want to stay here any longer. We have Dylan, that's working.
Yeah, we have Dylan. We've
days.
done an approximation of mapping it.
I agree. I feel we perhaps bit off slightly more than we could chew in this particular instance. And still somehow managed to chew it, but not quite. I don't think this was my speed.
Perhaps when we're more stable, we can attempt something similar, or this again. I don't want to do so in any time soon, but I don't want to leave those people in there to rot either.
But I think we need to be more solid, more understanding as a group, and more
we need to be
coherent
less
as a group.
unstable. We need to find common ground is what we need. We can't be tripping over each other every time we want to do something.
Exactly. So, we maybe table this particular goal of ours for a time and maybe head back to Carmel sometime tomorrow and, I don't know, get some rooms, take a minute to, and by a minute I mean a period of at least a week, to just not.
I would like to spend the 20th in either Carmel or Western.
I would be fine with that.
Well, how about we plan on Carmel? Wait, why?
Talia raises their hand. If we're going to get into ask people questions time, we can start with that question, but does anybody have anything else they want to talk about?
What do we do if there is a situation like this, or like what happened when Dylan went missing again, where we... Vivi, come on! Give me a sec.
Time pauses as we all wait for the next word.
TikTok. Everyone freezes with books halfway to their mouth.
Do y'all ever experience a feral desire for fudge stripes? Because
No.
fudge
Yes.
stripes are the shit, and I have them right now.
Hell yeah. Currently, I have like a feral desire for either sunflower seeds or white chocolate Kit Kats, which are on two very different ends of the spectrum.
Heck.
I'm glad that the phrase feral desire for X has become a thing.
Feral desire for anything is just a mood in general. I was literally having a desire for, like, a pulled pork sandwich for some reason. I'm like, why? I don't even like that. Why do I want that? I don't understand.
What day are we on at the moment in game?
Oh, I
have no
clue.
fucking idea.
Too emotionally
I have
invested. It's been
Not
like
been tracking that nonsense.
it's been like 3 days since we left Kyle, 4 or 5. And
It's either 4 or 5 days. I probably need to go through my notes and actually, count.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Well,
I think when we
do
were
know
last
how
at
long
Charlie's, we were
Universe
at
has
9
passed?
days together. So
Do we know how long has passed in universe since the 31st of January for us?
That's just what I'm trying to work out.
I have no clue. My brain is dead. I'd have to go back in the episodes and check.
So, hang on. So, we lost Dylan on the first time we went in the temple.
Yeah.
So that was 1 day.
And I think it's been 2 since we lost Dylan, because I think we've had to go in, rest.
I couldn't remember if we've been in 1, so if we've been in twice.
Into the
I think it's
might be,
3rd time into the temple, I think.
We've been in 3 times, haven't we?
Yes.
but
So we've
between
been
one
here
of them,
4
we only
days.
did like a short. We only did like a short rest.
We didn't even
so-
do that. We just walked out and walked the fuck back in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3 days. So we've been here 3 days. So I'd say probably 4 days since Kymel.
Okay, so based on that, if this is still accurate, it's probably the 15th.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
The 50th sounds about right.
Okay. Maybe we should write that down on something. Maybe I'll put it in
is,
the actual episode title.
In the resources chat, there is, I've got the date and I've got it pinned. I just needed to edit it.
In which chat?
The resources
In the
chat.
resources chat, Horizal 15, 865.
Well, indeed, there it is.
Well, so we've known each other for 15 days.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
put it as that for now. Just so we know
Yeah.
collectively.
I'm writing it in here.
Yeah, Diana does kind of look. I want to be either in Kymel or Western on the 20th. I'm not overly fussed on what we do the rest of it, but I don't want to be at risk of losing people on... And she sort of goes quiet. My birthday. I don't want to lose people I care about on my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Your birthday is on the 20th?
Yeah.
Talia's head tilts and they raise a hand.
Well, happy early birthday. How old are you going to be?
21.
You'll be closer to me in age then.
Birthdays are...
Yeah, Dylan mentioned them at one point, but then he never explained.
It's an
Time is a
annual
tough
celebration.
moment.
It's an
a
annual
celebration
of
of the day you came into the world and of living another year.
And a year is an span of time.
Full rotation of the season.
It's about 330 something passings of the sun overhead.
And you have 4 seasons. Okay.
Yes.
So it's not, is it always like white stuff on the ground then? Or is that like a...
No, that's a seasonal change.
Yes.
Okay.
For this particular part of the year, snow happens. Later in the year, there will start to be plant growth and
it'll get hot.
Yes.
Alright, okay. That's fine.
We can try to explain more, but it does tend to be moderately constant.
Alright, okay. Cold snow season.
Does that make sense?
Aye. Kind of. Maybe once it happens I would know better, but...
Alright.
Okay.
If we set off tomorrow, we can be back in Kymel tomorrow.
We shouldn't try to rush to Western for your birthday. We should just stay in Kymel for a little bit.
Yeah, I am happy with either Kymel or Western. I want to be around family and I don't want to lose anyone.
Perfectly reasonable request to want to enjoy your birthday.
Not convinced it's going to be that easy with this group, but we can certainly try.
21?
You haven't lost us yet, Diona. So.
You're really only 20 years old right now?
Yes.
I think that's like 2 more than me.
Diona, you are almost exactly my sister's age.
5 less than me.
Out of character, my glasses just broke, so...
Oh, God.
God damn it, babe. You're not supposed to break your glasses.
It's fine. It's not like I go to camp in 2 weeks.
No, it's not like you're going to need those. Not a bit.
Oh.
Anyway,
I
go
can't
back to
fix those for
in-character
you.
thing.
I work for an optical lab and I can't fix those. Damn it.
Oh, well, okay, I can't fix them either. Anyway, go back to wholesome RP about Diona's birthday.
Okay.
But Parker glasses, though.
So do we want to head back to Kymel and then do our whole hi, my name is Lena and this whichever weirdo I am conversation? Or do we want to do that here and then head back?
I think it might be better to do it in Kymel. It might be safer.
Are we...
And also Dylan might be awake.
I think
We could have him
Dylan,
rest
we're
somewhere
gonna
more
need-
comfortable.
Yeah.
I think Dylan's probably going to take a few days to wake up. At least, but
You're not suggesting we leave immediately, right? We're staying here tonight?
Yeah.
Here tonight, we need...
Okay.
I don't.
We're
fancy
not
travelling in
suitable
the
to
dark.
travel on the road.
We need a rest.
Indeed we do.
Some of us more than others.
Plus we need to properly, excuse ourselves from the situation.
So we all need to level up.
Oh my God, yes!
Well, in that case, then I'm going to check in with Mira quickly and tell her Tell her that we're leaving because it only seems fair to say that we're.
Wait, are we leaving right now?
No.
No,
We're leaving tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Or probably whenever Dylan wakes up. I don't know if we want to cart around a sleeping Dylan.
I do have a horse.
I was gonna say
Yeah, we have.
I mean, fair enough. I was just posing the question.
That's fair. Don't
It
worry.
is a fair point. It is.
I
Lena-
don't really want to stay here anymore.
Do you think it's wise to speak to Mare tonight and tell her that we're leaving? That poor dear doesn't look like she's been sleeping at all.
Really?
No, she doesn't look well to me, which I admit is a terrible thing to say about a person's appearance, but it is spoken from a place of concern.
Could wait
Well,
until the morning
appearance
then.
also deals for illness.
I mean, I'm sure it's been a very stressful time, and indeed.
It can wait until the morning then.
Okay. Good.
Okie doke. In that case, then. It is 1:45, and I probably ought to go to bed at some soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to sleep.
And start of a long rest is probably
Are we?
Long rest and level up?
long rest and level up.
Yeah. If we need to go to bed, I can do my thing now. Or like
It's entirely up to you.
I'd rather get it out of the way.
Go for it then.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stab Josh.
Oh wait. Hey, I heard
Please do
that.
not stab Josh.
I heard that.
No, you didn't. That wasn't
no
me.
in-party violence.
We were having a good time. We were all having a good time.
It was
And then
too
PK ruins everything. We knew this.
It wasn't PK. It was what? Excuse you.
It's Josh's fault again.
It's my fault.
Josh ruins some things, PK ruins everything.
Oof.
Okay. So
Love you.
I'm gonna say like, is anyone? What tent would Clancy be in? Like, would they be with anybody?
Yeah, there's not really enough tent space that he'd have a tent on his own because the 3 tents kind of.
He would. I think Susanna would probably want to stay with
3
him.
tents in that area though.
By the way, Vias has his warlock spells back because those come back on a short rest, so.
Okay. So are they with Susanna?
Yeah, at least Susanna would be in that. I don't know how many other people would be in that tent, but Susanna's definitely there.
I would say that we probably posting a watch as well, so probably 2 people per tent at any given time.
Vias is staying in Dylan's tent, keeping watch.
Are there outside
Talia is
watches?
sleeping with Diona for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
if there's outside watches, then Clancy takes one of those.
Okie doke.
And Susanna would take the watch with
off into the
them.
night.
No.
Whatever Clancy's doing, Susanna is also doing. I just want.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me do my thing. In the watch, during the watch. Clancy sort of, without any real prompting, kind of looks up and then like stares directly off into the forest. And they something in their expression like flatens and they start to stand up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby doll.
And they kind of start walking. They start going towards the trees.
Clancy.
They don't respond.
Susanna gets up and follows them.
So they walk, and Susanna, you see within the trees, this robed figure with a veil over their face, but it's not as dark as yours. it's a light-colored veil that doesn't really obscure features, and you see what looks like someone humanoid, but you're not sure whether he's an elf or a human or a half-elf or anything. You can't see his ears, and he looks very old. Oh no!
Damn it! All the times for my internet.
What did you last hear?
Light-colored veil obscures the features, and you see
doesn't really
obscure the features.
Yeah, and you see, human elf or half elf, but this very old man, and he is watching Clancy, and Clancy's eyes are right on him. And
how far away is this gentleman?
Probably about 30 feet by now, but Clancy is still moving.
Do I want to shoot him? Susanna does not shoot.
Okay. And as Clancy and he doesn't even look at you. He's looking directly at Clancy, and Clancy walks in towards him, and you see him kind of open his arms towards Clancy, and Clancy steps up to him, and he just embraces Clancy, and Clancy does not react to this, but he embraces Clancy very closely and says something that you can't quite hear. And then he lets go, and he looks at you, and then he turns and walks off into the forest, and Clancy follows. Are you still following?
Yes, I am. And now I have a gun out and aimed at the old man.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Motherfucker, okay. Hold on just a second while roll 20 reboot.
Josh, why are you being a bastard?
It's in my nature.
Absolute bastard, Josh.
Josh, I was gonna let you out of jail at the conclusion of the talk.
Why would you do that,
Josh?
Do I get to come out of jail?
Yes, you get to come out of jail once we're done with your arc.
It'll be like next week, I'd have thought, before I go on holiday.
I didn't mean to click the bullets. I'm clicking the wisdom saving.
Just with bullets are the wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh.
I have to go see what you got, because...
A 15.
You feel something descend over you, and you can't quite name the feeling, but as you're aiming at this man, and you see Clancy, and you've never seen Clancy like this. They look almost content, like they found, like a lost dog finding their owner, and you find you can't really move, and you just watch as they disappear into the forest, and then you can move again.
Hey Josh, I don't like that description of lost dog finding their owner.
Knew you guys wouldn't.
Except we can't even go after Clancy because we don't know where he came from.
Yep.
Josh,
just the city.
I said again, I was going to let you out of jail.
I had to get rid of Clancy somehow.
Okay.
Well, goodbye, wizard.
So then, as soon as she can move again, she pulls the trigger anyway, even though she knows it's not going to hit anything.
Yeah, it doesn't hit anything.
If she does that, Vias is immediately going to shoot up and peer out of the tent.
How
Yeah,
far
we
away are they at this
Susanna
point?
shoot something, I think.
I think everybody's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
It's a
gun.
little loud.
That's a gun.
Put you!
Yeah, I mean, Lena's just there, kind of like shirt, trousers, boot, warhammer, hair stuck out
Yeah, I
in all
think-
sorts of directions.
Vias is in those cotton sleep clothes.
Yeah,
Her
I
hair's
think
kind of tangled around her horns.
Talia's fucking ready to go, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Diana's got pants and a basically. Well, actually, no. I think she's in the get-up she's in the art. Just the woven breastband and the shorts, and is just ready to run.
What's happening? What's going on?
Don't know.
How far did Susanna follow him into the woods before she got like cold person and shit?
I would say, maybe 40 feet.
Okay, so for those with dark vision, they can probably see
Yeah,
Susanna.
yeah.
I mean, Lena's probably going to check the tent and be very much like, Susanna and Clancy are missing. Susanna really is missing.
God damn it, PK.
Again.
Should we go after them then?
The timing of that was great, though.
Okay. Sorry.
Talia, can you find them?
Talia nods and then I guess roll a
Survival.
Survival
Mhm.
check.
Vias will do his dire wolf transformation.
22.
So there's 2 sets of footprints leading off into the woods near where Susanna is standing. And you follow them until you can't see where Susanna is. And the footprints just stop.
Like stop. Nothing. No broken branches. No nothing.
No broken branches, no nothing. Just end.
Da-da-dun-da-da-dun.
Talia will just turn back around and reaching the group and just go on somewhere. Does they stop about, I don't know, 50 feet that way? Some sort of magic, I suppose.
Should have shot them both.
Can Lena detect anything evil? Or a fiend or any undead or anything like that? 60 feet of where they are.
Nope.
Okay.
Vera might be able to.
I mean, I'm using divine sense with that.
Oh, okay.
So
Should have shot him just as soon as he stood up.
there's no evil particularly, so
Oh man, Vias.
vicious still, I suppose.
Well, it puts us back down to 7.
6 without Dylan being.
Oh, a delightful observation.
No.
Clancy would.
They left their bag.
Shoot.
And if you look in that bag, if anyone wants to do that.
Yeah, I think.
I think we're all going to kind of look to see what's in the bag.
Yeah, try and find clues and.
So there's a spellbook and 2 daggers. And that's it. Their spellbook is still there, just in the bag.
That's not great.
Talia will just. All right, who wants the spellbook?
Save it for Dylan.
It's
Smart.
Yeah, I think
Just put
Dylan's the
it
only
back
one.
in the bag. Just put it back in the bag.
Talia is already halfway to putting knives in.
Those are.
Where did the kid go off
If they
they
come
come
back, we can give them back.
Other than that, we can't just let supplies sit there.
Supply.
Aye, supplies.
Vias will put a hand on Susanna's shoulder gently.
Personal possessions.
And he can't use them right now. If I vanished, I'd want you to use my stuff.
Okay. That's good to know, Talia. If I vanish, don't touch my stuff.
Talia looks a little bit conflicted.
Just, you know.
Lena kind of leans over and pats Talia gently on the shoulder, and it's okay if I die. Make what use you can of my stuff.
What the?
Susanna, do you want me to go with you? We can maybe look around the area again tomorrow. Maybe we can find something.
I don't think we're gonna find anything. Some magic nonsense. I couldn't move.
Did he fight it?
He just got up and started walking. And I got up to fight. I should have shot him then. And then he wouldn't have walked, and then he wouldn't. But I didn't shoot him because it's rude to shoot your friends.
Susanna, if that stopped you dead yourself, what would have happened to you if you shot?
Not your fault.
I was just walked right in, got a hood, and then walked off into the woods. And I
You
couldn't
were
move.
pinned in place.
I couldn't follow. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't pull the trigger. I couldn't.
That indicates to me that if you had shot, they would have done something worse.
Yeah.
The way the footprints stop say they probably used some sort of magic to get out of there, so...
I'd shot past him as soon as he started moving. He never would have walked into the woods, and then everybody would be awake, and then it wouldn't have been a problem.
And
Ice
ifs
gives
and
her a
buts
gentle
are
squeeze.
great things to think about, love.
Okay, 7.
We need to rest.
7. Sure. All right. Rest. Good night, everyone.
Night, Susanna.
Susanna goes into the tent, and she ignores Diona, and she goes into the tent.
It was just a statement. It wasn't trying to drag her into a conversation.
Pius just sighs softly and goes back into Dylan's tent and shuts the flap.
Talia climbs up a tree.
I'd say Lena's probably going to sit by the fire for a while and just keep an eye on things until she knows everything's
Yeah, I think
either
Diana's
asleep
also
or
gonna
safe
sit
in
by the
place.
fire. I think if Talia hasn't come down by the time she's going, yeah, I need to sleep.
If you guys are still up, you probably hear Vias humming ever so slightly. It's not loud, but it's some sort of lullaby.
Talia's in the tree.
Yeah, I think if like an hour passes and Talia hasn't come down, Diana kind of goes to the bottom of the tree and just tells, you planning on coming back to bed, or are you gonna stay there?
I'm just gonna stay here, sharpen these knives. I'm fine, Diana. Go to bed. You apparently need a lot more sleep than I do.
Yeah.
Which is a whole question, but we'll get to that another time.
Rest well.
You too.
She's gonna hesitate a moment before she walks away, but she's gonna trust Talia's judgment.
Talia is in a tree, rejudging the idea of salvaging everything from the dead.
Whoops.
I know.
Fucking looter.
Lena
Whoops.
genuinely has no problem with people looting her body when she dies.
Susanna is going to have to give everyone some very specific instructions on what to do with her body when she dies.
Vice is fine with you guys taking all he has.
You
As
may
long as
not
you
take her stuff. You must bury her properly, and you must give her some semblance of a funeral.
The only thing he'd be upset about is that pendant on his hip. So that's a conversation.
Talia was like, well, he's gone. Time to take a shit.
Yeah, he's
And-
gone. Don't waste resources.
Let's keep the spell book for Dylan so he can have more spells for his stupid book. If
You
there.
can only take rituals, but
Well, in case there's
Yeah,
ritual spells in there.
I don't know. Let me actually check, because I don't know how many ritual spells I give Clancy.
And if not, we can sell that shit. No,
Yeah.
Susanna probably wouldn't let us sell that shit.
No,
can
she
sneak
most
it.
certainly would not.
Replace it with just take the cover off of it, the bindings, and then just give the pages away and just put different pages that are blank inside.
Oh my god, that's almost worse. Guys, that's almost worse.
Oh look,
Wait,
the
there's one-
text
there's
fell
one that
off.
Dylan
Oh
can
no,
learn.
Susanna, we don't know what happened.
Can I say that Susanna took the bag with the spell book and went into the tent with it?
Yeah.
Fight. No, I'm kidding. You do you, boo.
Alright.
Can,
I got a bamf.
Okay.
Yep, so have I.
Bye.
Good session, y'all.
Bye. We're level 6 now, right?
We are level
Yes.
6
Yes.
as I speak.
hell yeah. Sharpshooter time, motherfuckers.
And my
Vice has got to catch up on warlock shit. Eh.
lesser restoration.
Yes.
Oh, hell
Also,
We can punch ghosts now.
Yay.
Super convenient. Okay, I'm actually gonna go.
Okay.
Yep, so am I.
Bye.
Night, folks.
Good night, Amy.
Good
Thanks
night.
for a good session.
I'm just checking what else Diana gets besides the ability to punch ghosts, if anything.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.
Oh, the ability to punch